హైదరాబాద్‌లో మరి డైనింగ్ సంబంధించి మరి క్యాటరింగ్ కార్పొరేట్ లెవెల్‌లో క్యాటరింగ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ నిర్వహించడానికి మరి ఒక జీసీసీ అనే కంపెనీ రావడం జరిగింది. అదేవిధంగా మరి ఆ కంపెనీకి సీఈఓగా ఉన్న రోహిత్ షాహ్ని మరి హైదరాబాద్ విజిట్ చేసిన క్రమంలో అదేవిధంగా మరి వాళ్ళ యొక్క స్ట్రాటజీస్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, అదేవిధంగా ఫ్రెండ్లీ డైనింగ్ వర్క్ స్పేస్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు, అదేవిధంగా రానున్న కాలంలో కూడా వారి యొక్క షేర్ ఎలా ఉండబోతుంది అన్న విషయాన్ని ఇప్పుడు మనం చర్చించుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. ప్రస్తుతానికి మనతో పాటు ఇలియర్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా సిఇఓ సార్ మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు. అదేవిధంగా మన హైదరాబాద్లో డైనింగ్ సొల్యూషన్స్ అండ్ డైనింగ్ స్ట్రాటజీస్ తోటి ఆయన వచ్చి ఇప్పుడు అదేవిధంగా మరి పబ్లిక్తో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వడానికి కూడా ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. సో మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు సిఇఓ సార్. సార్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ అండ్ వెల్కమ్ టు ద షో సార్.
Good morning.
Right. The first question is how Hyderabad has quickly become a key focus market for India, and what unique attributes make this city such as a strong driver of this one?
I think Hyderabad over the last so many years through
Yeah.
different government regimes has shown the progress in infrastructure, because of which a lot of GCCs are now setting up shops in the city.
Yeah.
So Hyderabad is actually giving a big competition to Bangalore. And I personally think in the years to come, Hyderabad will in all probability outpace Bangalore from a GCC space perspective. And we have seen a lot of growth in the market. And that's why, based on what we're currently seeing and what we expect in the future, we decided to invest heavily in Hyderabad in 2024. And that's when we set up our own kitchen and we acquired a local business to grow the business. And over the last year or 12 to 18 months, we've seen tremendous growth. Like I said, thanks to the growth in GCCs, and not just GCCs, I think the increase in infrastructure, the improvement in the facilities available, the overall improvement in GDP also is allowing a lot of people to have that spending power, which is not leading not just to GCC growth, but also growth in other industries where we want to grow, like hospitals and educational institutes and all that stuff. And that's where we see Hyderabad to be a growth engine for us at Elior India.
Right. How is rising demand from global capability centers shaping the institutional and during this dining ecosystem in India?
I think when you talk about GCCs
Yeah.
in the country, especially in Hyderabad, GCC always attracts a lot of talent.
Okay.
Not just local talent, but people from across the country. And when you have people from all over the country coming into Hyderabad, it obviously helps the economy, the local economy for sure. And that's where that also brings about the expectation from a food services in the GCCs.
Okay.
GCCs now expect world-class food at the best quality and the best prices. For their employees, and that's where organization like Elior comes in to provide the best quality, the best global cuisines, and the best dining experience to the employees that are joining GCCs literally on an everyday basis.
Yeah. So, how do you see institutional dining evolving as a business priority for corporate levels?
Institutional dining was never a recognized industry in the country, especially in a country like ours. But over the last so many years, we've seen with big players like Elior coming in, the industry is getting recognized. And that's why something as simple as serving food to the employees, which was like considered a normal thing to do, has now become such a big thing. And that's where the whole concept of institutional dining is now going to take a level that you just can't tick the box. You cannot just say, okay, I'm supposed to serve meals to our employees, so I'm serving.
Yeah.
What the employees are looking for is literal good, great institutional dining, where people want to be served healthy, well-nourished, hygienic food. And want to feel good about coming to office, not just because of the work, but also because of the food they get in the office.
Okay. So actually, all are preferring the home food, but how it distinguished from your?
I think for us at Elior, we understand that for people, it's very difficult to have. See, when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a five-star restaurant, you're
Yeah.
always getting rich food, you're always getting spicy food, you're always getting oily food. But what we are trying to do in our institutional dining space is we're trying to kind of get healthy options.
Okay.
We're trying to get food which is still maybe a biryani, which is still a halim, which is still whatever else is available, like a normal cuisine, local cuisine. But we're trying to make it as healthy as possible.
Okay.
And not just healthy when we give various options and at reasonably priced prices. The employees do feel that, all right, maybe they want to try the food at the office instead of just kind of getting food from home. The other thing is, with the whole migration of employees happening, with so much of migrant employees coming in, I personally feel that sometimes the dining space is a place for everyone to bond.
Okay.
And even the local population who might be able to get food from home sometimes feel that they want to sit down with their buddies from different parts of the country in the office cafeteria and have the cafeteria food instead of getting their own food, because that's the time they actually bond with each other. And food is becoming a big factor for people now at workspace. And that's where we'll see a slow shift. See, ultimately, there are always going to be people who get food from home, right? But that number will kind of keep on fluctuating. And now, with the fact that a lot of young couples are staying all by themselves, it's a nuclear family, they don't stay with their parents and all that stuff. They don't have time because of work pressures. A lot of people are moving towards depending on food from the office cafeteria, which is why it's very important that the food that we serve is very healthy.
And employees' experiences and workplace culture are increasingly linked to food. How you size this?
I think if you're able to serve good food, healthy food, well-nourished food, food that people of all generation like, and people from all over the country, not just the local population and or the migrant population, then it kind of leads to a very healthy and productive environment in the office.
Okay.
And people are able to enjoy the food, have a healthy conversation, and that ultimately leads to better productivity at work.
Okay. And what about the hygienic?
Well, hygiene is a no-brainer. You cannot serve food if it's not hygienic, right? All of us get food, even if you're getting from home, we get it from clean kitchens. We follow very, very strict global hygiene standards. We follow very strict QHSE standards. We follow HACCP standards. We follow FSSAI standards. We are ISO 22000 certified kitchens. We are constantly looking at what temperature even a small little thing like a roti is sent to the.
Okay.
So hygiene is a no-brainer. Hygiene is a non-negotiable for us. We follow extremely tight hygienic conditions in the kitchen, in our staff who serves the food, including making sure that a small little thing that the serving staff washes their hands, is well groomed, keeps their heads covered and all that stuff, wears gloves while serving. So all these are factors that we clearly kind of follow very rigorously to make sure that we are able to not just serve healthy food, but also hygienic food.
Illyr describes itself as a chef-led dining meal. And what sets this model apart from traditional industrial caterings like?
So, as the name suggests, we are a chef-led company.
Yeah.
So, at all our sites, or most of our sites, chef has the capability, chef leads the site, chef leads the client negotiations, chef leads the discussions with the clients on what kind of food needs to be served, how the food needs to be cooked. And that's where, while the operations team is there to deliver on what we're supposed to, ultimately the decision maker in not just our kitchen, but at all our client sites and on our food that we serve is our chef.
Okay, in forthcoming days, what is our planning here?
So we expect, like you asked at the beginning, we expect Hyderabad to continue to go rapidly. Okay. Not just Hyderabad. I think we see growth in Andhra now, with Amravati and Visakhapatnam coming up. And I think that's where we foresee this particular part of the country to be a tremendous growth engine for the country. And we plan to be here for long term with looking at doubling our investments, increasing our footprint in the state of not just Telangana, but of all Andhra also. and also becoming the biggest player in the market as far as our food services are concerned.
How can you attract the food lovers actually among the staff and
See, ultimately, you and I as consumers are always looking for good, healthy, hygienic, tasty food.
yeah.
And I think that's what we want to keep it.
Hmm.
I think it's important for us in the food industry to understand the simpler we keep it, the better it is.
Hmm.
If we try and make it too complicated, then sometimes the taste is lost.
Okay.
You can make the fanciest of food, but if the taste wise the food is not good, then you're never going to have your employee come back to the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Hence, our endeavor is to always make sure that keep it simple, keep it tasty, keep it authentic. Even if you're serving a simple thing as a dal makhni, it should taste like a dal makhni.
Okay.
If you're serving a Hyderabadi biryani, it should taste like a Hyderabadi biryani. If you are serving a local rasam, and I know rasam is an extremely passionate thing for the people here, it has to be authentic. And I think those are the kind of key cornerstones that we keep in our kitchen to make sure that we serve good, tasty, authentic food to our employees.
What role do partnerships with nutritional focused enterprises and agri-tech startups are local suppliers and play in your growth strategy?
So one of the key focus for us, not just in India, but at a group level also, is to work with local farmers. So we are very clearly focused that we will deal with farmers and suppliers or even agri suppliers within 150 kilometers of the city.
Okay.
So as we speak, our supply chain teams are talking to a lot of farmers across about 150 kilometers from Hyderabad, 150 kilometers around Bangalore, to see how we can work with them to source the best quality produce.
Okay.
In a country like India, where we always hear about farmer suicide and how farmers are dying because of lack of support, if we as an organization are able to provide support to them by just buying their entire produce for the season, I think it's the least we can do to the people who feed us.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're trying to work with them very closely. We already work very closely with the farmers in and around Bangalore.
Okay.
And we're trying to do the same in Hyderabad. We've tied up with a couple of FPOs to see how we can work with the farmer community to kind of get the best quality produce. See, when you're working with farmers, you have to understand that at least we want to make sure that the money that we're paying them goes directly into their pockets. It should not go to the middlemen.
Okay.
And that's where it's a long drawn process, because in our country, you have to identify who the farmer is and who is that you can directly work with. And I think that's what we are focused on. As far as the local tie-ups is concerned, we're already working with Millet Marvels, which is a local company. And it's founded by a doctor. And we want to make sure that with our tie-up with Dr. Reddy, who's the founder of Millet Marvel, we bring in healthy meals to our clients. So whether it's working with the agri community, whether it's working with people like Dr. Bharat Reddy and Millet Marvels, we want to make sure that we are working with the local community to bring the best food to the plate of the people. Because one thing I realize is that if you have to survive in a city like Hyderabad, you have to be local.
How can you attract the people? Those are settled in your Hyderabad.
You mean the local population?
Yeah, local population.
For our business?
Yeah.
No, we always hire local people. We don't hire, you mean from a hiring perspective?
Yeah.
We always hire local people. If you go to our kitchen, all our teams on ground, all our serving staff, all our... see, there was in a country like India where people are now moving across the country to earn livelihood.
Okay.
There will always be people who are not from within that city. And I think that's the beauty of a country like India. But having said so, the first preference is always going with the local population.
Okay.
Why? Because if the city has been nice enough to welcome us with an open arm, the least we can do is hire the local population, work with the local people. Secondly, it's very important to understand the local culture, which is where working with local people is very important. And that will always be a preference for us. So when we're talking about local Telangana food, it's all managed by our Telangana chefs. We have, in one of our client places, we've got about 7 cooking staff, and all of them are Telangana staff.
Okay, actually that's What is that means this only I expected from you. You are launching your project in Hyderabad, no? So all are localites, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, if I have to serve food in Hyderabad and it
Yeah.
has to be a local, authentic food,
Hmm.
then only the local Hyderabadi knows it, right?
Mm.
Local people from Telangana, nobody else knows it. I cannot get somebody from Odisha to cook for us
Hmm.
because that's going to fail. I cannot get somebody from north of India to cook for us.
Okay,
It will
sir.
always be local people.
We are assuming that I love Hyderabad biryani. Like, are you offering in your strategy or in your company like this one? Which is the fastest one and the latest one and the
Biryani?
yeah.
I think biryani, one thing I've understood is the love of the country, love of Hyderabad.
Hmm.
People love Hyderabad biryani more than they love their spouses.
Okay.
So we have to get Hyderabadi biryani right.
Yeah.
I think it's not just the Hyderabadi biryani. See, understand there are a lot of local cuisines, whether it's like I said, your rasam or
Yeah.
your the lentils and all that stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Lentils.
Pappu, as we call it,
Yes.
right? It's something that we have to get it right,
Okay.
and not just Hyderabadi biryani, but everything has to be spot on.
Hmm.
Because one thing I've realized is the people of Hyderabad are very, very particular about the food they eat and how is it cooked. It has to have the right amount of salt. It has to have the right amount of spices. Even if the salt goes up slightly more, people don't like it. So we have to get it right, and we are getting it right.
Right, sir. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep watching Andhra Prabha.